Hello everyone, happy January, happy 2026. I hope you're all doing well. My name is Allison and this is my channel, Green Goddess Plants, Seeds and Stitching. So welcome to everyone. Welcome to my current subscribers. I'm so glad you've come back to join me and have a cup of tea. And I welcome everyone who's new. 2026. So this is my first Flosstube for the year. I have a finish and I'll do a bit of a WIP parade. It will be a short one because I don't have nearly as many WIPs as most other folks do. So yeah, I like to keep my WIPs to a reasonable number. Yeah. Anyhow, like I said, it's been a kind of a okay start to the new year. We've had some cold weather and we've had some warm weather, and yes, we've kind of run the gamut a little bit weather-wise, but yeah, we've got seeds ordered. Yeah, that'll be a whole other video. The garden aspect will be a whole other video. So yeah, let's just get into it. So I do have a finish, my first finish for 2026. So I started this on Christmas Eve, and this is Humbug by Hello from Liz Matthews. I purchased this at the Jingle Ball, and like I said, I started it on Christmas Eve, and I finished this I think on the 6th or 7th of January. Now I decided to not do the border. There was just a single row border that went around it, and I decided not to stitch that. So I'm calling this a finish. So I just need to figure out what I'm going to do with it. Do I stitch it into a pillow? Do I do a flat ornament? Just have to try and figure that out a little bit. But I'm happy with my finish. Very cool. Yes. So first finish of the year. Can't get any better than that to have a finish already. So set that aside. And we've got a house full of cats, way too many cats. So they're just kind of, I'm hoping they'll settle down and sleep while I'm trying to do this. Otherwise I might have to get up and pause it. But so yes, I'm going to do a bit of a WIP parade. It is the season for WIP parades. They're not in any particular order, although I'm sort of saving my oldest one for last. Yeah, I think it's because it's my favorite one. It's my favorite one, so I guess that's why I'm leaving it for last. So yeah, let's just get into it. So that my first WIP here, I started this. When did I start this? Early 2024, I think. So it's called His Majesty the King, and it's a Rendell design and a Bothy Threads kit. There we go. And this is my progress. I've kind of stalled out on this a little bit. It's probably been a year since I worked on it. And I think when I was working on it, the thread kind of tells you I was in this area here. There's a dog, and that's the dog's head. And that was just an absolute nightmare, because it had all this confetti stitching, and I was just, had almost reached my limit of what I wanted to do. So I kind of set it aside for a while and never got back to it. But I do want to get back to it. I would like to work on the rest of the dog and work down in here, get all this filled in. And I might try and start on the head up here. So that's what it's supposed to look like. So I was working up here in the dog's head. So I might try and finish the dog's body and then maybe do the king's head there. Yeah, I think for 2026, part of what I was thinking I'd like to do is, I mean, there's going to be new starts. Obviously, there's going to be new projects, but I think I'd like to focus more on getting some significant progress on some of these. I know there's at least 2 that I'm pretty sure I can have a finish on this year. Like, I don't think I can finish this one, but I can certainly get it a lot closer to a finish if I just focus on it. And that's kind of what I want to do. Rather than start a whole bunch of new projects, I'd like to finish or get some progress on the projects that I've already got on the go. So there's that one. Next up, this is, oh, I didn't bring the, sorry, I forgot to grab the information sheet for this one. Or is it here? Do I have it here? This is the Dickens Christmas Carol. Oh yeah, there it is. Here I thought I was all organized. By Twin Peak Primitives. So that's what it's going to look like. And the big piece of fabric here. And this is my progress. So this block here is done. I've started on some of the letters in the middle there. And I've been working on this block here. I don't know how the lighting in here is not that great, but there's like a building in here. I think it's supposed to be like the Dome of St. Paul's, and a snowflake in there. Yeah. It's kind of like a London skyline. So, yeah. So my thoughts, like I changed the color of the letters in here. They were originally charted to be the same as this border. But I wanted them to stand out a little bit more. So I just chose another color that was already called for and just used that. So it will fit in with the rest of the color palette. So that is Dickens Christmas Sampler by Twin Peak Primitives. And I'm just sort of piling stuff over here. I've got a literal WIP basket, like it's like an old wicker picnic basket, and there's a cat sleeping in it right now because I've emptied it out. So the cat has crawled in there. And my plan was just to take the WIPs off the table and put them in the basket, and now there's a cat sitting in there. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that or not without her picking at them. So anyway, so that's that one. I may have to just put them on the floor and hope they don't get into them. All right, next up this is called Haunted Happenings, I believe. And it is out of this. This is the October 2023 edition. And that's what it's going to look like. And this is my progress. So I've got the house outlined and I've got the tree done, or mostly done, I think. I think along the bottom here, I was going to add some green in here because otherwise it's just more of the purple. And I thought I'd just like to add a little more color to it. Maybe add a little bit of green in there. There we go. And this is just, I think it's a 16 count Ada or a 14 count Ada that I dyed myself. So there we go. That's WIP number 2. I'll put that away. Oh goodness. There we go. And next up, I'm kind of going backwards in terms of seasons. Doing all my Halloween stuff here and Christmas stuff. All right, so this one is called Trick or Treat, and it's a Bossy Threads kit, and the artist is Margaret Sherry, and this is stitched on 14 count Misty Blues Weigart Ada. Okay, and I started this in 2023, I think. Or is it 2024? No, I think it was 2024 when I started this. I'm just gonna adjust my needle minder there. So right, none of these have been pressed at all, so they're all kind of wrinkly, but this is my progress. I was sort of working on the next character. So the character in the middle there is a hedgehog, and then I've been working down in this area, and there's a tabby cat with a witch's hat. So in this area here is where I've been working. Yeah. would definitely like to get more progress on this. I feel like it's not going as fast as I would like it to, but then, you know, sometimes I'm almost feeling I've lost my stitchy bug at the moment. Like I've still been stitching on stuff, but I can't seem to make progress, or at least not a lot of progress. So that's that one. Pop that back in there, and that goes in there. Oh, now I got 2 cat helpers here. And do I have? Yes, I do have. So this next project, this was my favorite one this past fall. So this is the Houses of Pumpkin Lane by Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. And I finished, where is it here? I finished the first house, which is Pumpkin House. I just loved this. This was an absolute joy to stitch on. I absolutely loved it. You know, the house and these birds up here, one bird up there, the squirrels. I just love stitching on this. And so it is a series. So this is the first house in the series. And the next house is Chrysanthemum House, which I do have the pattern for. So, and this is a 16 count Aida that I dyed myself. Yeah. So I'm very happy with that. And I almost had to force myself to set it aside. I'm just going to straighten my phone here. Sorry about that. It's my tripod's kind of broken. So yeah, so this is one of my favorite things to work on. I kind of had to force myself to set it aside in favor so I could work on some other things, because I just be working on this the whole time. It's such a joy to work on. And so the next, like I said, the next house is the Chrysanthemum House, and that's what that is. So I'm looking forward to getting started on that. I'm not sure when that'll be. Later this year, maybe towards late fall, September. Oh, the cats have already made a mess over here. Next up, this was my my Canada Day start. Last year I did a July was Canadiana month for me, so I was focusing on Canadian designers. And of course, I started with Shannon and Christine. I actually started this before July, but no, I think I actually started this on July 1st, on Canada Day. So this is called July 1st by Shannon and Christine, and that's what it's going to look like. Oh, and there we have a cat. Oh, goodness. Come here, cat. Come on, off you go. And so this is my progress. This is one that I should definitely get a finish on. There's not that much left to do. I have the truck and the fireworks that are going off, and then it's probably done. Like, I think there's a flag in there as well. So, but it won't take much to complete this. And I really enjoy it. I love this house. I absolutely love this house. So this is going to be a definite finish for me this year. I want to get it finished. Whether it's on or before Canada Day, that's fine. It doesn't bother me. But I think I am going to do another Canadiana month for July. But I also want to do a Christmas in July, maybe, I was thinking. But I have some other thoughts on that. And I'll get into those in a bit. We'll discuss that later. But that is Shannon and Christine, July 1st. Put that away. And next up is, this is called Harvest Tricksters, and it's by Mama Loves a GB. And that's what it's going to look like. And this is where I've gotten. So just the top of the pumpkins there. I started, where did I start? I started here. So I've got the top of the pumpkin and a little bit of the vines done. And this is just a 14 count Aida that I bought. It was a printed Aida. I'm not sure what it was called. I just got it from Michael's, so yeah. I'm happy with that. That pumpkin's shaping up nice. I do love the magpies. We have magpies here. And they're always teasing the cats. All right. Next we have one of my favorite WIPs. And this is my Wallace and Gromit Christmas. I don't know if it actually has. Oh, Kraken Christmas. It's called a Kraken Christmas. So that is what it's supposed to look like. And this is where I'm at. So Gromit is done, and this partial up here is done. I've just been working down here on Gromit's arm and his sleeve. Yeah, this one we'll probably wait till next Christmas before I get back at it again. Or not. Maybe I'll pull it out in July or something. We'll see. We'll see. I would like to get more, definitely want more progress on this. This feels like a much slower stitch to me. Put that back in there. And next up. All right, so this big piece. This is the Fox and Rabbit Mystery Stitch Along for 2025. And this is where I'm at. So I have not worked on this since November. And it seems to me I didn't get to work on it in October, but I did work on it in November. It's a big piece and I've stalled out on it. But I think I just need a break from it for a little while because I was doing really well. I was making lots of really good progress. I did get behind on it in the summer just because I wasn't stitching it as much because we were so busy. But I definitely want to finish it. I still love it. I love the colors that I've chosen for it. It's just a lot of stitching, and I think I just need to take a break and work on some other things and then come back to it with some fresh enthusiasm, and then I'll be fine. Yeah, so because there's a lot to finish it, and I have downloaded the January installment of this year's Mystery Stitch Along, so yeah, it should be fun. I don't think I'm gonna get around to stitching it, but it'll be fun to see what it turns out to look like. So yes, so this is another one that it's a favorite one, but I just need to step back from it for a little while. Still loving it, absolutely loving this. All right, next up, this is Witch's Hollow from Autumn Lane. And that's what it's gonna look like. I know a lot of people are stitching this. It's very popular. And this is my progress. So the last time I stitched on this might have been Halloween, and I think I stitched this in here. I started this last August, I think it was, as part of the Orange Fabric Halloween Stitch Along Sal. Started by Adelaide Stitches, so sorry about that. My tripod keeps shifting on me, but yeah. This is another one I really would like to get some progress on. Obviously, I won't get it finished. My Fox and Rabbit one, I would like to get finished if I can, but there's still a lot of stitching on it. But this one, I just want to get some more progress on it, rather than aim for a finish, because that's not going to happen. Right now, things are quiet. We're just sort of organizing. We're doing a bunch of cleaning. We're ordering seeds, ahead of the busy gardening season. So yeah, I'm doing a little more stitching, although like I said, I'm kind of chilling a little bit more rather than stitching. All right, next up is this is a vintage dimensions kit that I got at a thrift shop, and this is called Garden Collectibles, and the cats are destroying the house. Something just fell. This is 14 count ivory Ada, and that's what it's going to look like. And this one I didn't take out of the hoop because I was kind of working on it. I'll just move that out of the way. And that's where I've got to. So this, in the middle of the pattern, is a seed box, and then there's like a bird's nest. I was kind of working in this area where the bird's nest is. So this is the pattern. I was working on the seed box and the bird's nest down in here. So this is, I'm enjoying it, but it's a slower stitch because I find I'm spending more time just staring at the pattern, trying to figure out what direction I need to go in terms of thread colors. There seems to be a lot of thread changes, color changes, that kind of thing. I'll probably try and do some of the back stitching as I go. Like once, if I can get the seed box finished, well, then I'll probably do the back stitching for the seed box, that kind of thing. But I'm enjoying this. I have stitched on this already this month, and I enjoyed it. I thought, oh, this is nice. I like this. So I think I just need to figure out which ones are gonna kind of bring me a little bit of joy, I guess. I don't know. The ones that I'm gonna feel happy about working on, because sometimes you work on something and then it makes me feel more stressed than happy. I don't know. But yes. But this one was nice. I was enjoying working on that one there last week. That one down there. Next up. This is called Star Dragon by All Forest Embroidery. And that's what it's going to look like. And this is where I've got to. I have hanging threads all over the place. This is where I've got to. Okay, so where I'm at is I was working kind of in here, up in here a little bit, and I've got just sort of the top part of this wing, this dragon's wing in. So pick that up. So this is the top part of the dragon's wing right there. Yeah. It's a slower stitch for me for some reason, even though it's a simpler, there's only like 5 or 6 colors, so it's nothing overly complex, but it just feels like a slower stitch. So, but yeah, very happy with that. Another one that I want to get some significant progress on before I start too many things. Although I do have, like I said, I do have things in my head that I want to start, so. There's always going to be new starts. Always. Pop that away. I'm trying to get some of these things done before we do get busy. So because come March, things will start picking up, because that's when the markets start picking up. I know Glenn's already got us booked in for at least 3 markets in March. So. All right, so next up, we're almost done. Like I said, this is a very, very short WIP parade. Like, I don't have that many WIPs. So this one is Seasons Tweetings. And so this is another Bothy Threads Randell Designs pattern. This was in a social box that they offered last fall of 2024, sorry. We're in 2026, so fall of 24, and this is now available as a regular pattern on their site. So this is my progress. So I was working on this, probably up to maybe Boxing Day. That might have been the last time I put anything in. And I've been working on this greenery in here. I got all of that in. So that's the pattern. So I've been working up in this layer of greenery just above the pot. So yeah, that's a lovely, cute little stitch. It's more winter than Christmas, so put that away. All right, we've got 3 more to go. Oh, 2 more. 3 more, sorry. Yes. Okay, so this next one, this is part of my ornament endeavors. I want to try and make more ornaments this year. Like I like to try and get at least one ornament a month. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. But this is what I'm currently working on for ornaments. So this is the Prairie Schooler Santa for 2012. And I think I started this, sometime before Christmas is when I actually started it. I got threads hanging everywhere. I just got to try and move that. All right, so this is where I'm at. So still working on the coat, but I don't know how well you can see that. And this is just a piece of 14 count Aida that I dyed myself. And because it's a smaller piece, I've just been stitching this one in hand. I'm not using a frame or a hoop for it. So, yeah. So I do want this one I should be able to finish. I don't know if I'll finish it before the end of the month, but definitely a finish for this year because it's a smaller piece. So we'll set that one over here because it's smaller. All right, so next up, this is my favorite WIP. It's my oldest WIP. I started it in 2023. This is the stitch along that was for 2023. That was in the World of Cross Stitch. And I am almost done. I wanted to finish on this last year, but I got distracted. I got distracted with too many other new projects, and of course we got busy with the garden, and so I never got back to it as I would hoped. But this is the piece, and I've got 3 more motifs to go, and then it's done. So that's the whole thing. So the last motif I finished was this one. It's not quite done. There's a couple of stitches I think I still need to add. Yes, just in these berries, there's a couple of stitches. And then the back stitching, and then this border, I still need to finish, and there's some back stitching in that. And so I've been doing the back stitching as I go. I've been doing that with all of the motifs. Is once I finish a motif, I do the back stitching for it. And then it's not quite so bad to go back and do it. But yeah, I've only got 3 more motifs. So there's absolutely no reason why I should not get a finish on this. And I think this is going to be a main project or a focus project that I'm just going to pull it out and stitch on it. And it might become a monogamous stitching piece where I just work on it until I finish. We'll see what happens. But yes, I absolutely love this piece. It's such a joy to stitch. It was designed by Doreen Jones. Life is sweet. I love the colors. I absolutely love they're bright, they're cheerful, they're joyful. And this was definitely a comfort stitch for me. I absolutely love working on this. And maybe that's why I'm kind of deliberately stalling finishing it, because I'm just enjoying it so much. But yeah, so only got 3 more motifs to go. And I'm definitely gonna be trying to get it finished. If I can get it finished, maybe even by the summer, that would be awesome. So yes, my favorite. My favorite. Put that one away. And then last is my temperature chart for 2025. So I started stitching what I'm calling the framework. Back before Christmas. I think I might have started on either the December 22nd or 23rd. And this is the project. A few people were stitching on this last year, So that's what it's going to look like. I know there's different styles of temperature charts, but it took me a while to find one, and I found this one like halfway through last year. And I wanted one that had distinct rows for each month. I didn't want one that just kind of kept going without telling you where the months started and ended. So that's why I picked this one, because it has the distinct months. So I've already started. I've got the framework for January, February stitched, and of course I've already been stitching the temperatures for January. And I'm using Meadow Lake as my location. So that's my progress so far. So in January, we started out fairly cold. Daytime temperatures was like minus 17 degrees Celsius, minus 18, somewhere in there. And then this past week, it's warmed up. We've actually had above freezing temperatures, so a little bit of warm spell there. January thaw, as you call it. And then and so what I've been doing is I've been writing down the temperatures. I've been using the Weather Network app, and they actually have a little tile that says, you know, yesterday, what yesterday's high and low temperature was. So, and I was almost wondering how I could work in either the overnight low or the wind chill, because sometimes you have like a temperature of minus 20, but then you'll have a wind chill that makes it feel like minus 35 or something. But I wasn't quite sure how to work that in. But anyway, so this is the daytime's high temperature for January so far. So yes. So I'm hoping to keep ahead of the month, like what I'm calling the framework, which is what this part is. So I'm trying to stay ahead a little bit on stitching that part, so that, you know, maybe come, you know, summertime when we're super busy, all I have to do is plot in the actual temperature motifs. And for the temperature chart, like the gradient chart, I've pretty much had to change the whole chart. I'm sorry, it's just like the chart itself only goes to like minus 20, and it gets a heck of a lot colder here on a regular basis. So I had to add some temperatures to the bottom. I changed out a lot of the temperature, a lot of the colors, because they were really pale, you know, pastel colors, which just did not jive with me. Like I had to change them out. So I've pretty much had to change all of the colors. I'm still working on the warmer temperatures, although I'm gonna have to work on that bit too, just so that it makes more sense to my brain. But yeah, so that's my temperature chart and the gradient chart that I've basically had to completely rework because it just wasn't working. Anyway, so hopefully we don't get down to minus 35, but it's not unheard of for a daytime high. Like it's, yeah. And quite often February is actually our coldest month, not January. So we'll see what happens with that. And so that is my WIP parade. I do have a few other things to share with you, if you'll bear with me. Thank you. If you've hung out this so far, thank you so much. I do have a few other things I wanted to share. I did buy myself a few things for Christmas. One of the things I bought for myself was this planner. This is my Crazy Life Lori cross stitch planner. I know there's another one out there, but I couldn't figure out where to buy it from. I couldn't find anyone who actually had the 2026, I think it's the Needlework Press or Needleworkers date book. But any place that I saw that had it listed had the one for 2025 posted for sale. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna buy that one. so I got this one from Evertote. There's January. Not a lot going on, although I've just got a few notes in here. Yeah, I marked down when I finished the humbug pattern, and I've got some goals for the year, and of course I've been recording the temperatures, the high and low temperatures. Happy New Year. So not a whole lot going on. So that was one thing that I bought for myself. The other thing that I did buy for myself was this. This is Dasher, and it's the Christmas Eve Couriers by Nora Corbett. I'm not a fancy lady. I'm not into the fancy ladies. They look a little too intense for me, and I'm just not particularly drawn to them. I mean, they're fantastic, they're beautiful, they're gorgeous when I see all sorts of other stitchers, flosstubers stitching on them, and they're absolutely gorgeous, but they're not my thing. So, but this I thought I can do. So I wanted to try a Nora Corbett, but like I said, I had to find something that I really, really wanted to work on, that I really wanted to try. So this I can get into. So I bought the pattern, and then I did acquire the cry neck, and I have since ordered the embellishment pack, which I'm waiting on. I was hoping it would have been here before doing this video, but it hasn't shown up yet. So this I want to do rather than a Christmas in July start, because I would like to focus on July being Canadiana month. This one I want to do as a solstice start, so in June. So it's June. I'm not sure when the solstice lands this year, but it's like either somewhere in the 20th, 21st, 22nd, somewhere 23rd, somewhere in that area. I would like to do a solstice start. So start it for the summer solstice and maybe finish it for the winter solstice. So this will be my solstice start. So I just need to gather up the DMC and get some fabric, and away I go. All right, now one of my other goals for this year, aside from doing more ornaments, is I wanted to try Mill Hill kit. So I did purchase a Mill Hill kit. The place where I ordered the cry neck from, I also ordered this Autumn Harvest, and it's a fridge magnet. So I'm looking forward to spending some time and sitting down and working on this and just trying it. Yes, I'm excited about that. It looks really cool. I'm happy. There's so many little beads in there, so many little sparklies. Don't know how well you can see that, but yes, this is one of the things I wanted to try for this year. So I'm looking forward to starting on that. And then a friend of mine out in BC, my friend Heather, she lives in Fort Fraser. She sent me a lovely, lovely gift for Christmas. Part of it was this little adorable character. So this is it looks like a felted wool with some wings. It's a bird that, quite often I feel the way he looks, especially in the summertime. Yeah. So totally relate to that. So that was absolutely adorable. I've had to hang this way, way, way up on the Christmas tree because otherwise these cats that we got would just do a number on it. So, but thank you, Heather, for that. Thank you so much. And she also sent me a very gorgeous piece of fabric. Open it up here. So she sent me a meter of this. Isn't that beautiful? And like on the edge here, this says it is Quilting Bears, and it's a Teresa Colgate fabric. Isn't that the most gorgeous thing? I absolutely love that. Thank you so much, Heather. I'm probably just gonna leave it out and just admire it as it is for a while, but I think what I might eventually end up doing with it is maybe making a project bag and maybe a tote bag for myself, because that's the other thing that I want to do this year is make some project bags. I have a lot of quilting fabric. I was making quilts there for a while, and I haven't had the time to even sit down to even think about doing any quilts. I have at least 2 that are unfinished, that are just waiting for me to finish them. I don't know when that's going to be, but I do need to sit down and get on with that. They've been sitting around for about 5 years unfinished, and I want to finish them, at least finish them. Like, I don't think I can start any more quilts just because I don't have the time right now. But I have acquired all this fabric. Like, some of it is in bundles, like it's all coordinating fabric, and then there's some other stuff that isn't. There's like, I bought a meter or something because I liked it. You know, I thought it was cool. So in that end, I have started when I was home over Christmas. That's one of the things I did was try my hand at making some project bags. So this is attempt number 1 for a project bag. So I just sewed some strips. I had some leftover fabric, some bits and pieces of Christmas fabric from a quilt that I made, and I just sewed them together. There's the top and there's the back. And then you open it up and it's got some holly in there. Yeah. So I was happy with this. I was happy. I did find a tutorial on YouTube that I was watching. But in the process of making this, I think I've discovered that my sewing machine, it's a very, very basic, simple, it's a FAF, it's an older machine. I don't think it even has a computer chip in it. It's very, very basic. It was given to me by somebody who was moving and they didn't want to take it with them. And they assured me that all the bits and pieces were with it, but I don't think it is. I think it's missing something because while it does have a zipper foot, there's no way to attach the zipper foot. Like when you take the regular foot off, there's no way to attach the zipper foot. Okay, so I've kind of had to make do without, and I was a little, the seams on this are actually straight enough, but there's a little, I would have liked them to be a little bit closer to the zipper, but it's not bad. I'm happy with that. So this, like I said, this was my first attempt. This is my second attempt. This was one of those pieces of fabric that I only bought a meter of because I liked it, and then I never did anything with it. So that's the front, the back. So I actually amazed myself that I got, not only did I get this side upright, this side is also upright. Because usually I'm the type of person where, it's going to be upside down and I'd have to redo it. And then when you open it up, there's the gingham on the inside. And then if you do this piece is upright. So yes, I was very happy. The only problem with this, I tried to get a little bit closer to the zipper with this seam. And so it ended up being a little more crooked. So maybe I'll just have to be happy with, a little bit wider margins where the zipper is. But other than that, I'm happy with the way it turned out. I just have to get zippers. I asked Glenn to, if he was ordering anything from Amazon, to order me some zippers. I don't like ordering from Amazon. I know they're cheap, and I guess they're convenient, I suppose, for lots of people, but they don't deliver to rural post office boxes. At least I find that they don't. Because whenever I've tried to enter in Glenn's post office box, they'd say, oh, your address is invalid. So, but Glenn there's a store in town that Glenn has all of his deliveries go to when they're coming from like a courier company or Amazon or something like that. So I just said, if you're ordering stuff, just order me. I sent him the link for the zippers that I want. Just order the zippers, and then I can get on with some of this stuff, and then I can probably pre-cut a lot of the bags, and then when the zippers arrive, I can just sew them together. But yeah, like I've got so much fabric that it saddens me that I can't really make them into quilts, because that was my intention with them, but I have to do something with the fabric. I'm not going to just give it away because it's good fabric. It's a good quality quilting fabric, so I might as well do something with it. So yeah, I think I'm just going to start making project bags for myself. So I'm thinking this one's going to have my Christmas ornament projects in it. That's probably what I'm going to do with that one. So those are my plans for 2026. Yes, it's going to be a busy year for everything, not just cross stitch, but for the garden. For us, we're trying to figure out how we can be more efficient with the garden, how we can grow more but not necessarily have to, you know, kill ourselves with exhaustion trying to get everything in and harvested and also all that. So yeah, we've got seed orders coming. The bulk of our seeds we've ordered from Bessie's, which is out in Nova Scotia. I did have one order of tomato and pepper seeds arrive from the UK. I've got another order coming from Croatia. Yeah, and I think I'm going to have to sit down and do another small order for another place out in Nova Scotia that there's a particular squash that I'm looking for, winter squash. Stokes has it because we were going to order some things from Stokes, but Stokes, they're more set up for really big operations, and we're kind of a small. We are the epitome of the mom and pop operation. Okay, it's just the two of us doing the work, so we're not that big. So this specific variety of squash seed, you had to order 250 seeds in order to just start. So I'm like, we don't need 250 seeds of that particular squash. So I did find another supplier that's out in Halifax, so I'll order from them. and either this afternoon or later on the weekend. So anyway, yeah, weather-wise, we started out cold. Like I said, we started out like with minus 17, minus 18 daytime highs. Off it goes a bit. This past week, like we said, we've had our January thaw. We always get a January thaw. Always happens when the temperatures warm up, where it's, you know, near freezing or above freezing, and that's what it's been this past week. We had a windstorm come through last Thursday. So today is Saturday, the 17th of January. So Thursday, we had a windstorm come through, and we had 5 trees come down along the driveway here at the farm, and a couple of treetops come down. So Glenn was busy with the chainsaw, just trying to clear the driveway so we can, you know, come and go as we please kind of thing. So yeah, it's been weather's been kind of weird and wacky, but oh well, what do you do? Anyway, so that is my WIP parade, and those are my plans. I probably have, there's a few other plans that I got going on in my head, but until I actually get the patterns, I probably won't say too much. Yes. Yes. So maybe another week or two, I'll have to do another video and explain what I do other than work on getting some significant progress on my current WIPs. That's my focus rather than new starts. But like I said, there's always going to be new starts. There's always going to be new starts. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for liking and subscribing. I'm so happy to have you here. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Hope the weather's fine where you are. I know it's been kind of stormy in a lot of different places, but have a good weekend. Happy Saturday. And until next time, take care.